It is rare to find a manufacturer as focused on innovation as Pellenc. Not simply in terms of innovating, but of including progress within sustainable development and respect for the environment and for man in particular. Pellenc has established itself on the market with a unique range of zero-emission power tools, thanks to the development of ultra-performance lithium-ion batteries.
We're here at Nyman's. It's a National Trust property, big garden and house in West Sussex. The National Trust is a charity that looks after heritage garden and countryside coastline forever for everyone. At Nyman's we use the Pellenc hedge cutters. We've used them for a couple of years now, the battery pack, and we use them on new hedges. The battery packs are really comfortable to wear. The straps are adjustable so you can make them to fit your body, so they're not too heavy, they're fine for the whole day. We've got a lot of hedges here at Nyman's and we could be hedge cutting all day. So to have some equipment that's light and comfortable is very important.
So you don't feel like you've been carrying a knapsack sprayer, for instance. It's a very good balanced sensation with a battery on your back.
When we're cutting the hedges and we're out all day, the battery can reliably last all day. The power when we're cutting all day is constant. There's no surges in power, there's no fluctuations. It's reliable and we're really impressed with the output of the battery. The battery pack has a little indicator on the side which tells you how full the battery is. So it's really easy to tell when you need to recharge. The battery will beep when it's at 10%. So we never run out of power because the battery lets us know when it needs to be recharged, which is great.
I find it very convenient that the Pellenc doesn't take any time to warm up or runs out of fuel. It's literally ready to go as soon as you squeeze the trigger.
We've not noticed any problems with the battery packs in cold weather. With the petrol hedge cutters that we use, they tend to stall in cold weather and it can be quite frustrating, but with the Pellenc it's switch on and you're good to go straight away. Vibration generally isn't a problem with these machines because there's no motor, so there's no vibration going through your hands at all, and the battery pack, you don't tend to notice it's there in terms of vibration or noise.
It's very low levels, and compared with petrol hedge cutters, you don't get any tingling in your fingers.
The only sound you really get from the hedge cutters is the blades, and even that's really quiet, which being open 7 days a week is really important for us, not only for us being gardeners with lots of hedges to cut, but for our visitors as well. It's a much more pleasant environment for them now.
I find that the visitor experience while I'm using the Pellenc is a lot better than when I'm using traditional petrol hedge cutters.
Lack of fossil fuels is perfect, no noise, no vibration, they're perfect machines. The ecological aspects are really important to us, especially being National Trust garden. The National Trust is at the forefront of sustainable practices, and at Nyman's we made a very conscious decision to choose Pellenc equipment because of the battery packs and the step away from fossil fuels. As a gardener, not having exhaust fumes is brilliant. They used to give us headaches and smelt horrible.
To not be breathing in the poisonous fumes from the petrol engines, to not being having to handle fuels, getting them on your skin. It's a very clean cut system.
Before all we used was petrol hedge cutters, and now the majority of our work can be done with Pellenc, which makes a huge difference. The Pellenc hedge cutters we found can cut really fine hedges. So we use them for the yew topiary in the wall garden. They're statement pieces of topiary which need a real delicate touch, and the Pellenc seems to work fantastically on them. We've got a lot of hedges here at Nyman's and we could be hedge cutting all day. So to have some equipment that's light and comfortable is very important. So using the Pellenc equipment isn't hard work actually.
It doesn't strain your back holding the battery pack, and also the whole weight of the front section, the whole of the hedge cutter itself is well balanced. By the end of the day I find that the Pellenc battery pack on my back has been hardly noticeable at all.
It's really pleasant to use the Pellenc hedge cutters, and it's been fantastically reliable, no problems with it at all. Maintenance is really easy. It just involves sharpening the blades when they get blunt and oiling them. Compared to petrol hedge cutters, the Pellenc are better performance on you. They're quieter, no fumes, nicer to use on the arms, not as heavy and no vibration.
At the end of the day I feel very relaxed, where compared with using a petrol one, my arms have ached, my back aches from supporting the petrol motor, where with the battery pack and the hedge cutter you sort of feel balanced. You don't find that you're sort of straining, leaning forward, taking the weight all the time. You're well balanced with the two of them.
If we had to give up the Pellenc and we had to go back purely to the petrol hedge cutters, I think it'd be a huge step backwards on all fronts. Quality of life for us as gardeners using Pellencs has gone up hugely. When we're using the Pellenc hedge cutters, people are always asking us what they are. When we explain, they say they're very innovative tools, forward-thinking, and we can say with confidence they're reliable, they're comfortable, and they've got to be the future of hedge cutting for us. We chose the Pellenc equipment because the National Trust tries to be at the forefront of sustainable practices.
If you're looking for new equipment, I'd certainly highly recommend the Pellenc. It's got so many versatile features and adjustable settings for the speed of the motor, to the fact that it's a brushless motor, and the technology in the battery pack is so reliable, and the way that you can charge it at any point.
When I see somebody using standard equipment still in the garden, I feel like going up to them and just telling them, have you not heard of Pellenc, do you not know what they have to offer? One battery, so many different attachments, no noise, no vibration, no horrible smells, light. They're revolutionary really for a garden, especially if you haven't got much space and you don't install so many different tools. They're brilliant.
Large numbers of users are convinced of the huge advantages of these tools. For managers, the calculations can be made immediately by adding together all the savings made on fuel in particular. The battery pays for itself after an average of only 120 days. The return on investment is quite simply impressive. Pellenc brings all its excellence into play on the road to perfection. In line with environmental demands, Pellenc initiated the zero-emission concept, always allowing the customer to benefit from technological advancements has become its mission. Pellenc. Innovation is our passion.